It's a Dee versus Goliath battle. A single mum taking on a multi-million-dollar developer fighting for the home she worked so hard for. Dee put down the deposit and waited patiently, but 4 years on, she could lose the apartment and her life savings.
It's completely unethical to be willing to put a mother and her children out of the home.
There are people suffering here. There are people that purchased properties 4 years ago.
If I can't get our home, we'll never be able to get into the market.
All Dee Marshman ever wanted was to give her kids a better life.
Owning a home, more specifically giving my children stability, was always a goal of mine.
A full-time teacher and sole parent, Dee worked herself to the bone to save a deposit.
If I was living on vouchers, I was stretching every cent that I could.
In 2021, Dee used $25,000 of her superannuation, accessed through the First Home Super Saver scheme, to put down a $68,000 deposit on a customised 3-bedroom unit in South Brisbane.
Finding a home here, being able to organise the layout, felt like a dream come true, but also felt like something that I deserved.
Her apartment was one of 184 in Tallis Property Group's 30-storey Akin development.
We would walk past often, kids would sort of have a little discussion about who's getting which room.
9-year-old Stella shares a bunk bed with her big brother.
And what were you most excited about in your new apartment?
To have a cosy home and to have my own bedroom.
Well, at first everything was going right. We would go get photos in front of the site so that we could track how it was going.
But in 2023, legal woes with the builder brought construction to a standstill, and soon after, the project went into receivership.
There was not a lot of information available to buyers about what was going to happen, but at the time, we were still reassured that there was every intention that the development would go ahead.
By 2024, buyers were offered several chances to cancel their contracts, but for Dee, walking away wasn't an option.
I didn't want to destabilise my children. I do note that property prices, I would say, could be fair to say, have almost doubled, and I thought I'll just hang on.
Then came the final blow. In April this year, Dee received a letter notifying her the apartments wouldn't be built, the company claiming it couldn't meet its financial obligations or finish the build on time.
It's devastating.
A lot of these buyers who purchased property 4 years ago may have been in a financial position where that was their maximum that they could borrow, and now they're probably essentially priced out of the market.
Jade Carlson is from Attwood Marshall Lawyers. She says cases like this are becoming increasingly common.
You can negotiate terms with developers, and if they're not inclined to negotiate, then perhaps you want to walk away altogether or look at another investment.
The former Akin site is now back on the market, renamed and rebranded, but with all the same development approvals. The move brings no relief for buyers like Dee, though, who could soon be forced to watch their building go ahead without them.
So unfortunately, buyers in this circumstance are collateral damage. The new developer that comes on usually doesn't have the obligations to honour the contracts.
I still can't wrap my head around the fact that I'm being told this is not my home when I can see the construction going up.
Unwilling to back down, Dee took her fight all the way to the Supreme Court, representing herself against a top-tier law firm to challenge the termination of her contract.
I feel like anybody who wants to own a home and they do the work to own that home and they sign a contract for that home should be able to have their home.
The court dismissed Dee's case, and now she's being pushed to accept a refund and walk away.
The reason I'm refusing my deposit is because there's very little that I can do with that.
In the 4 years of waiting, Dee's rent has been rising too.
It's really taken a toll, the financial strain. There have been days when my account's got $1.50 in it.
Dee's running on empty, but her battle isn't over yet.
You can't afford to give up, can you?
I have done what I can to fight this, but I'm not a lawyer and I need help. I'm not too humble to say that I'm desperate for help to save our home.
Go Dee. I mean, we hear it too often, don't we? The little guy getting screwed over. So we say, give him hell, Dee.